Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Acid Rain Fext Hobby Vesper Ostrix set from the Novark 1/12 scale 6-inch line of action figures from Acid Rain, first dropped at Joe Fest 2026. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collecting.
And if you like my content, please consider subscribing.
For more than 2 years now, Articulated Empire has become your trusted online retailer. They carry all the latest lines like Mythic Legion, Savage Crucible, Marvel Legends, NECA, and much, much more. They ship your items quickly and securely. You'll be quite happy how Steve and his team follow through with their care and attention. Articulated Empire also offers free shipping over $75 and no tax except for Illinois residents. So head over to articulatedempire.com today and build your empire. I gotta say, I love this packaging. It's both new and sort of retro at the exact same time. I like that we get some information and some product shots there on the back and this big blue and red stripe on the side. And if you want to take the slip cover off and just display these alongside your other, like if you're an inbox collector, I think that this is the best way to do it. Because these boxes are the same size as the other packages that we've gotten before, they're going to fit along perfectly on your shelf. You guys know that I'm in love with the Acid Rain figures, so let's get these out of the package and dive into everything they offer. All right, turning our attention to his weapons and accessories, he does come, since he doesn't come with like an exoskeleton, he does come with the little plugs for the holes. So we have 2 red, I believe those are going to be for his arms, and we have 2 black, which will be for his legs. We're going to get those installed in just a minute. He does come with the standard complement of weapons, just all cast in black. So we do have his sidearm here. We do have the submachine gun that is modular. This is the one where you can take the suppressor off if you'd like. You can take the back stock ammo, like I guess where all of his ammo is stored. You can remove that as well. Although if that's where all your ammo is, you don't want to take that off, right? And then he does come with the heavy weapons like the heavy rifle. All these weapons are great. No distressing, no weathering. That would be nice. And it would also be nice if this was modular as well. But, you know, it's what we've gotten before and not going to complain. And then, of course, everything does come in this Pelican case. It does have a little handle right here for the figure to hold. I've never really paid much attention to that. But it does come in this, just like all the other releases. All right, here is a closer look at the figure. And yes, I am sort of delaying gratification a little bit. I have not had a chance to get my hands on an Ostrix set yet. I do have all 3 pre-ordered, so this is going to be my first one, so I'm super excited about that. So I do want to take a minute to start on the figure first. This guy is looking great. I love the Viper aesthetic with the red and the blue. I think that looks really neat. Taking a closer look at his helmet, you'll actually see that it is more in line with Valerius than Skull Welder. So it's the same sculpt. It's just that Skull Welder has the little camera right here and then the little attachment back here in the back. Same as this guy right here. So we'll take a closer look at that in a minute. We have seen this chest harness before. I believe it was on Proteus, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. We do have 44 tampoed on the shoulder pad. I don't know the designation there. I have installed the pins, and the reds are a different color. I like that. I think that that's kind of neat because it's a little brighter than this, which is a little brighter than this. And to me, I like the shades of red. That I think that's pretty neat, but the black blends in perfectly. We do have the little pegs on the sides for the sidearm, but as you can see, the standout detail here is what's not here, and that is the and that's the exoskeleton. So I don't know if the exoskeletons have to be removed in order to be placed on the Ostrix. I'm not sure, but we're going to find out. But yeah, this guy is just looking really nice. Lots of detail on the belt. Not a lot of paint. I mean, the straps could be painted here and here. I mean, you could do some of the characters had a little airbrushing right here on their thighs. That's kind of like, I don't really see that going on. But yeah, this guy just looks pretty dope. Let's get him off the base here and then zoom in a little bit on that helmet. And as you can see, he does have the same little camera. There's a little touch of red on the tip as well, and then the black piece around the back. And we do have that, what would be the Viper's visor, the skull painted silver, which I think is really nice. This is just a helmet, and it is removable, and it's a little hard. That was the first time I've taken it off. And we do have the balaclava black head underneath, and that printing looks just as nice as always. Man, I could so army build these, but man, this set was $85. And if you're watching this today on Wednesday, when it's going to go up, I believe they said the extra sets will go up on the Chosen Prime website tomorrow, Thursday, around 1 p.m. Eastern. I believe that's what I remember their socials saying. So you do have a chance to get this. It's $85. It's a little pricier than the normal price of a figure plus an ostrich, but not much. Figures are like $35. The ostriches, whatever. Those are $42, I believe. So you put all that together, it's $77. So $85 is not a stretch. But yeah, I'm not seeing any airbrushing right there. But yeah, man, this figure is a lot of fun. Now it's going to make me want to track down the Toys R Us color version. I didn't think I needed it, but I guess I'm completing this line now. All right, now we have the Ostrix set. Man, I'm always trying to say Ostrix. It's an X. Get your mouth right. Jeez. So let's just kind of start off with everything he comes with. He does come with this ammo belt that we have seen before. So that's kind of cool that we get that. We do have the larger ammo canister that feeds the ammo. It plugs in right here. It does have some nice touches of blue on each end, which is really cool. We do get this really nice blast effect, which is great, because I don't think we've seen a blast effect before. I mean, one came with the Red Locust. I don't have it yet, but I guess I'll be getting it. But I like this better because it's like this translucent material, whereas the one that's on the Red Locust, I believe, is like fully painted and opaque. We have the back portion of the seat, where this actually holds on to, your 6-inch scale figure. And it's got some blue, it's got some black, really nice. Then we have 2 attachments for the chain gun here, which is very beautifully painted. So we have a belt feeder, which you can plug into the side right here, and then the tip of the belt goes in there like that, so you can angle the belt out to the side. And then you also have this extra ammo feeder container, smaller of course than this one. We've seen this before. This can also plug in on the side if you don't want to have the belt feeder in or the belt in at all. We do get 2 different styles of handles. So we get a singular hand, like a single hand handle in case you want to have him carry this chain gun, and then we have the double handle. I believe they call these butterfly handles, in case you want to turn it into like the gun in placement mode. We do have the front-facing computer screen with just a glossy black screen on the front. It would be cool if that was red or maybe blue, but glossy black's not bad for when you put this in writing mode. And then we do have, thankfully to Bobby B over at B's Battlegrounds for pointing out, I think he said people in the comments pointed out that this little piece here where he couldn't figure out where this went on the 3 Ostrixes that he reviewed already. This is actually a flight stand adapter, and it actually plugs in underneath if you have this if you have the footrests out. So it actually plugs in right in there, if you can see. Let's kind of get this to where we can see it a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and install this because I kind of feel like it's going to be necessary. Well, not necessarily necessary. Necessarily? Man. Oh, more coffee. I kind of feel like this is going to be like out of the way. So we can just plug this in and then forget that it's ever there. I'm going to plug it in really hard. And just to show you what we mean by a flight stand, I happen to have one of these. I don't even think this is like an actual like SHF, Mayfex stand. I think this is like a third party, like cheapo stand. But the peg, I tested it. It actually fits. And so if you wanted to sort of like plug this in, that little adapter, man, this is kind of awkward to do at this angle, but I did test it earlier and it does fit. And if you wanted this up on a flight stand for whatever reason, you could do it. It does fit, guys. I promise that it fits. I double checked, but it's wanting to be ornery there. So you can put it up on a flight stand, but the strong ratchets this thing has, I don't even think that that's going to be necessary. So just taking a look at the Ostrix itself, the way it comes out of the package, we do get some weathering and some like burn marks right here. And I think that that's really dope. I don't think the first 3 that were released actually come with this. You can see that this is the exact same chain gun that we've gotten before. And the way this works is it just kind of pegs in right here. Will I say that? Yeah, it's the first time I'm removing this, so it's kind of stuck in there really well. But this is the exact same chain gun that we've gotten before, just with a little bit of spray. And then we have a little bit of blue sprayed right here, and then blue here. And there is some weathering, and that just looks really nice. You can actually see where they have a little bit of shock oil, like right there. But yeah, this just fits. There's 2 little posts right here, 2 little grooves, and it just kind of like slots in right there. And so you can have it rotate around. You can raise it up and down. It's pretty mobile. And if you wanted to put this in the gun emplacement mode, gun placement, guys, I don't know. I don't know where my words are today. It's early. But you can see how this plugs in, and then you can plug this in like so, and you can have this in its turret. Let's say turret mode. Okay, so you can have the figure holding it like this, standing and using it as a turret. So that's pretty cool. So that's one mode that this gets in. And the legs are collapsed down in this mode. And then the other mode that you have is sort of like the autonomous, like walker mode. Not too dissimilar from the turret mode, but you can have this thing just be like a robot just walking around. Yes, I know it's robot, but robot is so fun to say. If you're in the privacy of your own home, say robot. It's a lot of fun. And so you have it sort of like in its walker mode, which is really cool. But we're going to get this thing transformed here in a second into its like other mode for the figure. But I just wanted to go over some of the articulation. So you do have a hinge right here so that the legs can hinge inward and outward. And I know you guys can hear that super nice ratchet. The legs also rotate all the way around, which is really nice. Super strong ratchet that way and this way. Lots of mobility. And then you have the legs here that are on a hinge system. Nice strong ratchets. The feet are also on really nice ratchets, and you have those working pistons right there. And then the feet also rotate side to side on some really nice ratchets as well. So as far as some of these canisters, you have a hole right here, so you can place the main canister right there if you wish, and then you can have the belt going in like so, and then let's get the belt feeder on there and then plug that in, and there you have the belt fed chain gun. Conversely, you can remove the belt, keep that if you like, and then you could just put this little canister here on the side if you want to cover up that unsightly hole, and there you have it. There is some ways that you can mess around with the bullet system, ammo system. Please do not break. There we go. All right, so let's pull the butterfly handles off. Okay, and then let's remove the gun itself, and then this piece right here that holds the gun, this entire piece lifts off. I just noticed there's like a tampo right there, a 44, and then you have like the little eye right there, which could be the camera. Some nice weathering around the hinge. Looks really cool. So we're going to remove this and get that off to the side, and then you see when you take this off that this reveals a seat right here. The computer screen that we saw earlier plugs in right here. And there you have it. Now you can put this handlebar up. You can put the handlebar down. It's really up to you. You want to swing out the legs, which have some black spray down here, and they do have foot pegs. And what we're going to do here is we're going to get this guy sitting up, and we're going to put, we got to put this piece on, which plugs in right here at the back. We have the figure itself. So let's get the knees bent, because he kind of sits on his knees in this. So you want him sitting sort of like that, and then you can, there we have it, rotate the knee pads up a little bit, and then you can rotate this piece down to get your feet lined up with, the foot pads. The feet. That's something I wanted to, I forgot to mention. Out of the package, I just happened to, I was looking at the feet. I turned my figure upside down so I could look at his feet to see if he had foot pegs. I couldn't remember if these figures had foot pegs because I wanted to put him up on my base. And I noticed that my feet were on the wrong foot. My feet were on the wrong leg. The left foot was on the right leg and the right foot was on the left leg, and I just popped them off. They pop off right here at the top of the boot. Thankfully, they do that. So now you can collapse the waist support piece around the figure's waist, and he is locked in there. Like, he is not coming out like at all. And now he has sort of like this bipedal armament for his lower legs to help him run faster, leap higher in battle. And then what we want to do is let's give this guy the chain gun. And so we can put this in his hand. It's a little difficult. Doing all this stuff for the very first time, and I haven't heated anything up. Is posing a challenge. Oh boy. Okay, there's not enough coffee in the world today, I can promise you. Oh my goodness. Tell me that it's not just badass. Actually, I think I'm going to have him hold it from the side like that, because I think that's going to give me a better angle. And then let's get the, let's do this. Where are all my pieces? Oh, it's still on there. So let's plug that in. And then you can take this. The back of the seat has the same connecting port for the gun barrel. Yeah, and we're all falling apart there in the front, aren't we? But, I mean, come on, guys. Tell me that is just not, like, super, super badass. And honestly, I was wondering if you would be able to put a figure on with the exoskeleton. I don't see anything in here at all that would hinder the exoskeleton from being on, or if the exoskeleton was on. I mean, you may not be able to collapse these all the way into the side if you did have the exoskeleton on the legs, and there's certainly no, nothing sort of impeding the arms. But, oh, one last thing. The piece de resistance. Come on, guys. Come on. You see this on the battlefield, you're running for sure. This is just too dope. And what can I say that hasn't already been said? Well, I guess I didn't talk about how that you can put the weapon storage on the legs. I think I forgot to mention that. So just like the humans, you can store all of the rifles and the sidearm on the legs of the Ostrix. I love this set. This makes me so happy that I have the other 3 on pre-order. I cannot wait to get them in. I've seen some third-party designs for some mech parts that fit on top of this to turn it more into a robot. I love everything about this world, the aesthetic. I love the utilitarian nature of this vehicle, the design of it. It looks like something out of, like, James Cameron's Avatar, or, District 9, or Elysium, Chappie, the creator. We've talked about these design aesthetics in these films before, and that's what this has given me. I love the fact that they give us a Joe Fest exclusive colorway. I think that's absolutely brilliant. I would love to see them, whatever they come up with next year, give us another Joe variant. I'm here for it. Because those are 2 great things. This world and G.I. Joe just kind of mesh very well together, and I'm very proud to have this. I'm very happy. Thank you to my buddy Jose, who made sure that I got one of these. You rock, sir. And yeah, I'm absolutely loving this set. I think it is brilliant. Like I said, if you want one of these, $85 goes up tomorrow. If you're watching this past the day that it posted, you've probably already missed out. I don't know if it'll show up on Big Bad Toy Store. I don't know if they bought any, but you want to go to the Chosen Prime website, and $85. They're probably going to hit you for at least $15 shipping. So about all in, you're probably going to be looking at $100 to grab one of these. But if you didn't get a chance to get one at Joe Fest, then that's your next best option before heading off to the dangerous world of third-party figures. Third-party websites. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of this set and the Ostrixes in general, and the Acid Rain world. Is this something that's for you, or are you skipping it completely? Let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector, Mark, and I'll see you in the toy aisles.